Dangerous men exist in all of our lives. As a woman, I recognize this as a factor that affects all women. But as a mother, I saw a dating future for my own daughters that was full of young, dangerous men, and as a psychotherapist who treated female victims of violent crime, I saw the women who kept picking these types of men. As a psychopathologist, I also saw the dangerous men themselves in therapy. It is what people do not understand about pathology that puts them at risk for choosing pathological individuals to date and marry. Therefore, my goal is to make pathology understandable for the layperson so that any woman can know when a man is dangerous and pathological. I hope that focus will distinguish this book from others on violence, unhealthy relationships, and women's issues. Every chapter in this book contains stories from one or more real-life women who got involved with a dangerous man or men. Some of these stories come from my psychotherapy sessions, either with women or with dangerous men themselves. Exactly how many women these stories represent is hard to estimate. I know I have heard hundreds of stories in my 15 years of practice. Other stories in the book come from women I have known in my personal life, women who I have watched engage in a dance of victimization with the dangerous men they have dated. My women friends also sent me to their friends who had their own stories of dating dangerous men. Some of those stories are also included here. I obtained still other stories from a posting I placed on the internet asking for women to tell me their dangerous men stories. I received about 50 responses to my posting from the United States, Canada, England, Australia, Israel, and Indonesia. Some of those stories are included here. All the women I interviewed, whether face-to-face or over the internet, were asked specific questions that examined their own mental health issues, the childhood messages they received from their families of origin, and their beliefs about society, culture, and women. The questions also covered the women's dating histories, including how many men in total they had dated, how many were dangerous men, what categories of dangerous men they had dated, how the women's red flags had made themselves known, why the women had ignored their red flags, what it had cost the women to ignore them, and what the outcome was.